What's up, people? I've learned a valuable lesson about YouTube. Apparently, what you want is somebody that wears a black shirt and a really awful tie talking about the end of the world and how you're going to profit from it. Now, we're talking about Greg Mannarino, however you pronounce the name. Regardless. So, I guess what you guys out there like is a fear-mongering, ignorant person telling you what you should do with your money, opposed to somebody who might come off as maybe a little bit flamboyant, arrogant. I have my flaws, but what I have got is sound advice, and advice that would have made plenty of people money over the last 4 years. Because the one thing I do agree with is that it's hard to trust a stock market that is being manipulated by the government. But in this day and age, the government is manipulating the stock market only to the upside to create wealth. That's the entire thesis. There's no other way of putting it. There's lots of big words I could possibly use that I could try to articulate this better. But I'm not here to talk about all the great calls that I've made and all the sound advice that I have given. Because again, I'm a trader. I like to participate in the market on a daily basis and try to make my money and then stay in cash just in case something happens. So in that respect, I do think one day, sometime in 2015, possibly 2016, the market may actually have a downward spiral. I'm not going to use the word crash. I'm not even going to use the word correction. But when we hit 20,000 on the Dow Jones and whatever number we get on the S&P and the NASDAQ, the point that I'm making here is why people listen to this guy, Greg. So I put it to you, Greg.
I put it to you, Greg.
Let's make a bet. Where do you think the market's going to go? Give me a number. I'll take my number. And let's put $1,000 on it. Because I know for sure you're not short. I know for sure that you're not involved in the stock market. Because I think you've been making videos for about a year now. And you've been dead wrong about everything you've said. So do me a favor. Unless you're ready to make a $1,000 bet with me, send me an email, give me a phone call. We can talk about it like gentlemen. But until I see that you have some money in the game, putting your money where your mouth is, you better shut up. Because all you're doing is hurting people with your irresponsible talk of this market, imminent crash. Today is October 22nd, and you're wrong. You were wrong last week, and you were wrong the week before. And in your video, you went on to tell people that when the market crashes, all that money is going to go into your pocket. That's a flat out lie, because you went on to say that you've got no positions on. So is that money just going to mysteriously appear in your account if the market actually does go down? I put it to you, Greg.
I put it to you, Greg.
Give me a number, whatever it has to be. I like to gamble. And when I know I'm going to win against somebody like you who obviously can't just look at the obvious, can't just look at the apparent market manipulation, yes, by the government, but right now it's only going one direction, Greg. So I put it to you, Greg.
I put it to you, Greg.
Why don't you step up and go ahead and short some AIG? Why don't you short some NQ futures? Why don't you put some money up where your mouth is, so then when the market does crash, you can lose, you could win some money. Now here's the thing, Greg. If you were short this market right now, you'd have no money. So basically, you're an ignorant idiot. And again, I didn't want to use that word, but you're an idiot. There's really no other word to describe you. And you're hurting people. You're awful. You're just an absolute, just a disgusting human being. for what you're doing, trying to convince people not to participate in the wealth effect and to go against what's happening right before your very eyes. How stupid can you be? How ignorant can you be when you wake up in the morning and the market starts going up again and you make a video about how the market's going to crash, and for some reason people just want to watch your videos and just nod their head and just say, yeah, you're right, yeah, you're right. But if you had some money in the game, you wouldn't have a computer. You'd have no home. So before you start telling people how to run their lives and what they should do with their money, do it yourself. Put your own money on the line. Make a bet with me. You think the Dow's going to 12,000 before 16,000? Let's do something like that. 17,000 before 13,000? Let's do something like that. Let's take individual stocks. Let's take your gold and your silver, or the imminent crash of the dollar, or the worldwide shutdown. What do you want to do? What do you want to bet? So I can just get you to shut up. And for people out there that listen to Greg, I hope you have learned your lesson betting against this market. Now I want to tell you about what we did in my chat room today, in my broadcast. There was a time today when there was a signal that gave us a clear entry of when we could short the market. And we made a tremendous amount of money, Greg, on the way down. But you know what? There was a point where we decided enough is enough because the trend is still up. And we covered our shorts. Do you know what that means? Do you even know any trading vernacular? Do you know anything other than fear-mongering and scare tactics? Do you know a thing about making money? You don't. Because if you did, you'd be broke right now. Because what you do know is fear-mongering and shorting the market, right, Greg? We should be shorting the market every day for the last year. Now, there's a common saying on Wall Street, the market could stay irrational longer than you could stay liquid. Now, Greg, unless you have unlimited amount of funds, which I'm pretty sure you don't, you would be broke right now. And all of your followers would be broke. Even buying gold and silver. I'm sure you're the guy that was saying gold to 5,000, right, Greg? How do you feel about that? How about that silver up there at $45? Were you telling people to get involved? There'll be a time where the market actually will go down. I know that. There will be a time. But if we crash once the Dow's at 20,000, you cannot claim victory because you could not possibly be in this market short and still be, I don't even know the words right now. I'm trying to remain calm here and collected. But somebody like you need to be punished. You need to be just outed. How awful can you be? So again, I put it to you, Greg.
I put it to you, Greg.
Contact me. Let's put up or shut up. We'll make some arrangement. Are you man enough to make a bet? Would you pay off your bet? You probably don't have any money anyway, do you, Greg? For real. Stop with the fear-mongering. Stop with the bad advice. Get off of YouTube. Stop making videos. You're just making yourself look stupid every day. And I've made some videos that have made me look stupid, but it's all in the realm of comedy and entertainment. I'm not trying to pretend. I just like to vent. But underlying all of my videos, what I've been saying for 4 years is that you have to participate in the market manipulation to the upside. You, on the other hand, have just been giving awful advice with your fear-mongering and your scare tactics. Awful. You're awful as a person. You're awful as a human being. And most importantly, if you're actually claiming that you're going to try to make people money, there's no word to describe you. So good luck shorting the market. Good luck. And if you really want to make this bet with me, You set the parameters. I'll take you on any day.
I put it to you, Greg.